Hey there, my name is Kat, and today I'm going to teach you how I start teaching the place command. So your place command is when you teach your dog to go to a dog bed or a raised surface and stay there. When we teach this command, we first pick a word that we're going to use for place. Some people will use bed, some people will use place. I use climb, because that's what I originally started with our Papillons. So I've just kind of kept it consistent, which is always important when training your dogs. And then you must pick your release command. So your release command can be anything you want. I suggest not using the word okay, because you say that in conversation way too often. And this needs to be a release command that is going to be an exciting experience for them. So I use my release commands for sit, down, place, basically anything else that I want them to be free from doing. So I use the word free as my release command. I like teaching a place command for when people are over at the house, when the doorbell rings. I can say place or climb in my case, because that's what I use. And our dogs can go straight to their bed and sit there and wait until I say free. With the place command, it seems to be that there are very few negatives that go along with it. It is a comfortable place for them to go when you ask them to. So I'm going to use Gracie as an example for how to start to teach the place command. So I'm going to use these Boss Dog freeze-dried raw food. I just got a bunch of samples of them. These are chicken ones. They absolutely love these. Now, Gracie does already know place, but I wanted to use her as an example of what you need to do to teach them. She really loves her food. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here. I love using freeze-dried food or treats because they're usually pretty clean, don't ever really cause any digestive upset. So she's gonna go ahead and down and sit and do all of the tricks she thinks I want. So I am going to, her word is climb. So I'm going to lure her, take a treat. Now remember, Gracie does have glaucoma, and so it's hard for her to see. So I'm going to try to lure her. Come here. Climb. Good climb. Good climb. Nope. Grace, climb. Good girl. Nope. So I'm going to lure her onto the bed. When she gets all 4 feet onto the bed, I'm going to say climb and give her a treat. Good climb. And when I want her off, I'm going to say free and give her a treat. So a climb gets a treat and a free gets a treat. Sorry, Grace. You're gonna lure her on, say climb. Good climb. If she leaps out, say no. Lure her back, climb. Good climb. Good climb. And the great thing about a place command or climb is that they can do whatever they want on the bed. So she can sit, she can lay down, she can have a bone, she can do whatever she wants on here. She just isn't allowed to get off until I say F-R-E-E. Grace, free, good girl. And I try to make free a little higher pitched, so it's a little more like, yay, it's exciting. Because we want it to be exciting for them. Off, good girl. So we're gonna do luring them on and off for the first couple sessions, and make sure these sessions are no longer than like 10, 15 minutes. You don't wanna wear them out or set them up for failure. You want them to win. She's gonna try all of her tricks. No, off, good girl. And after a couple times or you feel like they're consistently going to the bed or anticipating what you're doing, you can start, you can start by saying, climb. Good. When you're luring, free. And then don't give the treat. Say, climb. Good girl. No, climb. And start every time they leap out of the bed, anticipating you saying free. Tell them no and put them back in the bed. When I teach climb, I try to use something that is very much off of the ground. I know what is on the bed and what is off the bed. Good girl. Grace, free. Good. Grace, climb. Good girl. Climb. Good climb. Once they start, no, climb. No, climb. Good girl. Once she is consistently staying in the bed, if she does happen to get out, you're so dang cute. Good girl. Try to resist how cute they are. Grace, free. Good girl. Off. Good. Grace, climb. Good. Grace, free. Grace, climb. Good. Grace, free. Good. Free. We're gonna scoot a little bit further away. And if you need to, you can put a leash on your dog when you're doing this. If they're bigger or they need some more control, I personally, Gracie, stop trying to steal treats. I personally like to just play with it, make it a fun game. Grace, climb. Oh, climb. Good girl, good climb. Good girl. So if she jumps out without me telling her F-R-E-E, I'm going to say no and lure her back to the climb, and I'm not going to give her a treat. But once she gets back in the bed, I'm going to say good climb and praise her with some pets, even though she would rather have a snack. Good climb. Good climb. She thought about it. Good climb. No, climb. Good climb. Good girl. Good girl. Good climb. So she made a mistake. I said no, climb, and praised her for it. Good climb. It's also probably quite confusing to her that I'm doing this and talking to you and not constantly talking to her and paying attention to her. Grace, free. Good girl. Very good. Where's my girl? Right. Nope. Grace, climb. Good climb. So now once she gets in the bed, I'm not going to instantly give her a treat. I'm going to let her stay there and potentially make a mistake of getting out so that I can correct her and put her back. So when I do this, I try to get further and further away from the bed, as long as I can still be close enough that I can say no and make her get back in the bed when I need to. Good climb. Good girl. Good climb. I also use my release command of F-R-E-E for when they do sits and when they do downs. That is always going to be my release command. Instead of using the word stay, it's just sit until I give you something else to do. So this is what I want you to do with your dog for about a week. When they're done learning this portion of it, you're going to start getting further away. You're going to start walking around the bed, but only once they're comfortable. It may take your dog weeks to be comfortable with this, or for you to be comfortable with this. I also want you to be weaning them off of these treats, so you don't want to be constantly having to have treats in your hand anytime you work with your dog. So once they kind of have it down, make sure you're doing every other time with a treat. So you're telling them to place and you're giving them praise with scratches and love and verbal praise instead of actually giving them a treat. Grace, free. Good girl. Off. Good girl. Once you can tell that your dog completely understands what the word climb or place means, then you can get further away from the bed that you're going to be using and send them off to it. But make sure that every time you say free, Gracie off, Grace, you can't have that. Mommy gives those to you. Grace, climb. Nope, climb. Good girl. Make sure that every time, good, climb. Sorry. Make sure that every time you say FREE or give them their release command, you are right next to their bed. Right? You don't want to be doing that from sitting on the couch or from across the room, because eventually they're going to anticipate you looking at them and they're going to think, oh, they're going to say, I just know I am. I'm going to run off and go greet them. And then you're going to be upset with them and you're going to tell them, no, 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 all the way back to their place. When really it wasn't their fault because you taught them that. So make sure from the beginning, you are next to them every time you release them. And that every time you leave them, you give them their command again. Nope, Grace, climb. Climb. Good climb. Good girl. Good climb. Climb. Good climb, Grace. Good girl. Good climb. Very good. So you're going to walk. Good climb. Good girl. So you're going to nope, climb. Good girl. Good climb. So you're going to walk around their bed. If they get up and they make that mistake, be right there that very instant to say, no, climb, and put them right back where they belong, or where you've asked them to be at the moment. Grace, free. Good girl. Good, free. Now let's try to send Gracie over to her bed. Now, again, it's been a while since we've actually used a place command for any of our dogs, so this is like a complete refresher. It's literally been years. Good girl. Come here, Grace. Grace, climb. Good girl. Good climb. Let's also remember, again, Gracie's losing her eyesight, so it's kind of hilarious when she runs into stuff like this. Good climb. Good girl. Good girl. Grace, free. Good girl. Just my kid. Just my kiddo. I know all you want is a snack. All you want is a snack. Grace, climb. No. Good girl. Climb. Climb. Now, if you have a bed that is a little closer to the ground and doesn't have these little bolsters on it, then you can make the decision of whether, if your dog puts their arm off of it, decide whether that is on or off. If that is considered off to you, then just slide their arm back over and say, climb. So they kind of understand you want their whole body on there. Climb. Good climb. Good girl. Climb. I am just walking around the camera. I am still in Gracie's eyesight. I'm sure you can tell that she is watching me as much as she can. Good climb. Good climb, Grace. Very good. This time I'm going to give her a treat. A very small treat. Good climb. Grace, free. Good girl. Grace, climb. Good girl, off. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, climb. All right, we're gonna be all done for today. I don't want Gracie to get too tired from all of this. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I will try to answer them as quick as I can. I can even, if you have specific questions as to what to do with certain things, I can definitely make you a video on that to hopefully help you out in your training journey. Please remember that every dog is different. It may take your dog much longer to learn something, or it may take your dog just minutes to learn it. But always remember to have fun, enjoy the time that you have with your dogs. They don't live very long. We want to enjoy our entire experience with them. Grace, free, good girl.